Good morning. I got myself my coffee and I have a new microphone. So today I am testing my new microphone before I give you my lesson. What sounds better? Living in a world of penises. Let's change the setting here. Living in a world of penises. What sounds better? This is number 2. This is number 1. I'm assuming that number 1 is the correct setting. Because the MacBook Air, a $1,500 computer, the 2020 MacBook Air is the biggest piece of shit computer money can buy. The year after I bought this computer, the new M1 model came out, which broke sales records and everybody loves it. So lucky me. Same with my GoPro. The next year I bought a GoPro, no front-facing screen, terrible battery life, awful audio. The next year, they had one with a front-facing LCD screen, bigger battery. Yeah, it's always better to wait. It's like texting women. You always, if you're wondering when you should text her back, it's usually best to wait at least 48 hours, minimum. After about 72 hours, if you want to see that girl, you should probably text her. That's about my general rule. 3 days. And then you send a question mark. Hey, I asked you a question. As if you asked her a question, right? One of my students asked me, how can you develop discipline? Because learning game or learning anything takes a lot of discipline. Right now, I'm teaching myself so many things. At the same time, I'm teaching myself copywriting. I'm teaching myself Spanish, though I've been really slacking off because I'm lacking discipline there. But most of you guys are probably into cold approaching. It's the middle of summer. People are outside. You want to go meet women, and you probably suck at it, or you wouldn't be watching my channel so much. Though some guys are really good at it, and they just come here because they still like to study the craft of charm and charisma, social influence, right? Okay, so how do you develop discipline? First, the easiest way to develop discipline, and I'm going by Marcus Aurelius's rules. Marcus Aurelius was one of the emperors of Rome, but he was a philosopher king. He was more a philosopher than he was a king. So he wrote many books, and people passed his wisdom on down through the ages. And so Marcus Aurelius knew a lot about discipline. And the first rule of Marcus Aurelius's discipline matrix is that discipline starts with finding your purpose. So if you wake up every day and you know what it is you want to do and what it is you want to accomplish, it's not hard to get started, is it? Right? Say you've been working out every day for like the last 6 months and you've transformed your body into just a beastly, amazing body. Yeah, like mine. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. Well, then it's not going to be hard because you're seeing the results. It's not going to be hard to wake up and just go work out again because you know every day you're making yourself look better. You're making yourself stronger. For myself, I'm getting up every day and I'm meditating. I'm meditating because I know if I don't meditate, it fucks up my life. But if I meditate, it helps me to break resistances. It helps me to take action. It puts me in the right mindset. And it helps me move on my purpose. And right now, my purpose is to create a lot of great content so that I can make money to provide for myself and my family and do something that I love, because my biggest fear is working in a job that I hate. Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me okay, because I'm testing a new mic. So I hope I'm not just flapping my lips. So if you have your purpose, it's not going to be really difficult to get up and get going, is it? If you don't really know what you're doing with your life, if say you like want to get good with women, but you don't really know why, you don't really need to, it's like, oh, it would be nice. You're not going to be really disciplined. You're not going to be able to develop a discipline because you don't really need it. You don't want it. You don't need it. It's just something that would be nice. You need to have a burning vision, like a giant ball of fire in front of you saying like, if you work for this, you will get it. You will achieve your dreams, your goals, and you will get out of bed, click your heels 3 times before you hit the ground, do a spin like Michael Jackson, and get started. Discipline is just a series of habits. right? You create micro habits, tiny little habits. So one of my habits is a bad habit, but I wake up and I get a coffee before I do any work. That's just my drug addiction. But you don't have to have a habit of getting coffee. Your habit could be you get up and you instantly start reading something that makes you smarter, or you start studying a course, or you write. I'm a writer, so I like to write in the morning. I'll do my video and then I start writing. Or maybe I'll do exercise and meditation. So I've got a routine. It's like exercise, meditation, writing, make a video. And if I stop doing any of those things, the whole system falls apart. Discipline is repeated actions over and over and over. If you keep repeating yourself, it becomes normal. So say you want to get good with approaching women. Well, if you take a day off, you're really going to screw yourself because you lose momentum. All you got to do is put on your shoes and make the habit you getting yourself out of your house before a certain time of the day. If you have to work, your habit might be going to do your approaches as soon as you finish work rather than going home first, even if you smell bad. You have to create habits, right? So number 2 on this list is count on yourself. Don't count on anybody else to develop discipline for you. No one else is going to do it. No one else cares as much about your success as you do. So a lot of guys who are into this like self-improvement social stuff, they're worried about what people think about them. Well, what if people see me? What if people hear me? What if she thinks I'm creepy? I'm making YouTube videos. What if people hate on my videos? Downvote them. What if my mom sees this pickup video I'm making? Oh man, my mom's my biggest fan, by the way. It's crazy. But anyway, of my books, I mean. You can only count on yourself, and you have to count on yourself every day when you wake up to develop your own discipline. If you want to get good at cold approach, you got to get your ass down to the mall, out to the bar, and do your work. Don't rely on your coach. Don't rely on boot camps. Don't rely on anything but you. It's up to you to book the boot camps. It's up to you to set your appointments. It's up to you to go talk to the girls. And that's the only person who truly cares about your success. Except me, I care. Show up every day. Number 3 on his rule list. I'm getting this from another YouTube channel, by the way, called Philosophies for Life. I don't have Marcus Aurelius' book in front of me. So show up every day, every single day. If I take a day off, I lose my momentum. You have to do it every single day. I know guys that 6 years down the road, they still haven't learned how to pick up a girl at the mall or on the street. They just never made the time to develop discipline, to get out there every single day and do it. You can't take a day off. If you take a day off, you got to work twice as hard the next day because you're going to need to keep the momentum. I have another video about this, but I used this image of a mouse going into a pit. And once you get into the pit, the rut, the only way to get out is to give it a push. You don't want to have to give it a push. If you have momentum, you're just going to keep going. Number 4, practice voluntary hardship. So I work my best when things are drastic, right? Like I've been traveling around for the last 8 months making YouTube videos about travel rather than working on my writing business, working on my coaching business. So now things are getting a little bit rough. They're not rough. I have money, but I'm looking at the future and going, oh shit, if I don't step up my game, I'm going to be sucking testicles for $5 a pop pretty soon to make a little money. I don't want to be in that position where I have to be a slave to someone else. So I start hustling. Hardship is good for you. A lot of guys, they don't want to go somewhere scary. Oh, but I don't want to go to Mexico because I might get kidnapped. I'm not picking on you. You know who you are. I don't want to do this on my own because it's, bad things could happen to me. Good. Go face those fears. Put yourself in the scariest situations possible, and you will come out of that a man. You will come out feeling like a champion. Everyone told me when I started hiking, don't go into the forest by yourself because you could hurt yourself. You could get lost. And I thought, good, because that's going to be super fun. And I went into the forest by myself. And I love going into the forest by myself because when you come out, you really feel like you've had hardship. Because hiking in the forest, it might sound relaxing. It's hard as hell. Go spend 3 days in the forest hiking and camping. You're going up hills through mosquito-infested swamps. You're climbing and climbing with 40 pounds on your back. There's bears. You got to hide your food from the bears. It's hard. But when you come out of that hardship, you really feel like a beast. You feel like you can do anything. When I create a product or I give information out to people and they pay me with money and I get to be self-employed and travel the world, not having that secure job, it's okay because this makes me feel like a beast. It makes me feel like a man to be able to make my own money, to do my own thing. You want hardship. Hardship is good for you. Practice dichotomy of control. I have no idea what that means. I'm going to skip it. Never play the victim. Yeah, if you want to develop discipline, you can't blame your circumstances on everybody else. Oh, my parents, they treated me bad. They treat me like a little kid. My sister mocks me. The people on the internet make fun of me when I post something. They say I'm bad. I wrote a short story and I showed it to my class and everyone laughed because it was terrible. I don't want to put out my album because I'm going to be judged. I don't want to approach women because they're going to think I'm creepy. This is all victim stuff, like victim mentality. It's nobody's fault but yours. I don't care if you were born in a brothel surrounded by whores and now you've got issues with women. That's in the past. You need to learn how to focus on the present and move forward. I'm too short. I'm too black. I'm too Asian. I'm too fat. I'm too bald. Look, I'm too poor. There's so many excuses. I've heard every single one of them. I'm too old. I'm too young. Yeah, you do so well, Tony, because you're so tall and extremely handsome and intelligent. I know, but you can't all be born with these genetic gifts, can you? You're not a victim. You are not a victim. You create your reality. Every day you wake up and you tell yourself, I create my reality. That's what beautiful women want. They don't care if you're 6'4", blonde with blue eyes, rich with a nice car. Also, some of them care. But there's women out there that are looking for a guy just like you because they're sick of dating those douchebags, those chads. They want a guy who's not perfect, but he's powerful. He's strong. He knows what the hell he wants, where he's going. And if he wants to date her, he marches right up there and he gets her. That's the kind of guy that women want. Practice delayed gratification. This is big, but like for developing discipline, because when I started my coaching business, I didn't have any clients, but I was blogging every day. 10 ways to get a makeout in a bar. What to say to a pretty girl. Every guy wants to know, what do I say? I'm just writing these blog posts. No one was replying. I didn't get any attention back. I wrote for 6 months every day, writing an article. Before I knew it, I was getting 700. It took me a year, but I was getting 700 visits a day. I got up to 1,400 people were coming to my blog every single day. Right now, it's like 150 because I've been neglecting my blog, right? I'm not showing up every day for my blog, but if you build it, they will come. So you're not going to get gratification. Guys are like, well, I've been going out. I went out yesterday and I approached 10 women and they all told me they had a boyfriend. What am I doing wrong, Tony? You're not doing anything wrong. You suck. You're a newbie. Most new guys have no idea how long it takes to get good at this stuff. But when you do get good at it, wow, it will change your life like you wouldn't believe. So you have to keep going, and you have to know that everything you're doing now is going to pay off later. It's going to pay off in a year or 2 years. Say you're 25 years old. Oh, I'm too old. Dude, you have a long life ahead of you. When you're 30, you're going to be so glad you spent 2 years approaching women at the mall or at the beach or at the bar, because it will be part of you. You're going to be like so amazing at talking to people, so amazing at picking up women. All your friends will be blown away by how good you are at it. You'll be so great at making money. You're going to have such an amazing body, but you're not going to have it right now. And you can't be bummed out because you went and you worked out one day and you don't have muscles, or you tried running an ad campaign on Facebook and it didn't work, or you approached 20 women in a month and you didn't get laid. It doesn't work like that. You need to practice delayed gratification. It's like when you're making love to a woman. You don't just get on top of her and you pump 6 times and come. You delay your gratification so that she can have a pleasurable, memorable experience with you. But if you want to pump it away for 6 thrusts and let it go, that's okay too. Just don't do it every time. And don't do it the first time. You probably won't see her again. That's something else we can talk about. Okay, Marcus Aurelius, what the hell else do you have? Ignore naysayers. Yeah, haters, man. God, I have a lot of haters. Man, my whole career I've had haters, especially making blog posts and shit about dating and helping guys, because that's like a crime in the 20,000s, whatever you call this decade. I started in 2007, but man, I've had haters. I've had crazy feminists, SJWs, the media, all kinds of people telling me what I'm doing is bad and wrong, and I should let you guys just go kill yourselves. But I keep coming back, and now I'm doing YouTube, and I get a lot of love for my travel stuff. I get a lot of haters from that too. You're always going to have people telling you, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, it's wrong, it's creepy, it's weird. Yeah, but are you a lion or a sheep? I just talked about this in my last video. I want to be a lion, not a sheep. I don't want to follow the herd around, just being safe in my little furry frickin' herd. You want to be a lion. You want to hunt. You want to live free. You want to wake up every day and think, where am I going? What's today's great adventure? How am I going to make myself stronger? How am I going to approach the hottest girls I see today? Am I going to work on making my money so I don't have to stay at a job that I hate, or get a better job? Or what are you going to do today that puts you ahead of the pack? Most people are just naysayers. They're just going to hate on you because they can't do what you're capable of, and they know it. I had a guy that I met the other day send me a message, and he's like, Tony, your YouTube channel isn't that interesting. It's just like all the others. And so I could have been like, that's not true. How dare you? This is some guy I met at a bar, and we've been chatting a bit. I just sent him a thumbs up, a little bung. What am I going to say to that? Maybe he's right. Maybe my content is the same as everybody else, but at least I'm doing something. I'm doing it, right? And that's the only way you're going to get great at it, is if you ignore what people tell you and do it. Don't ignore the advice, because you could improve yourself, but you don't have to take everyone's criticism seriously, because they're not doing what you're doing. If you're doing something, whether that's playing guitar, learning how to get some pussy, whatever it is, in 5 years, you'll look back and you'll be teaching that person how to do. They're going to see what you have and they're going to want it, and you're going to be the one that they want to teach it to them. So just smile and say thank you. Thank you for your criticism. I appreciate it. Find wise people to emulate. Number 9. Right, to develop discipline, you want to find your role models. I ask a lot of my students, who's your role model? Well, I don't know. They don't read books. They can't name one author they like. They don't watch movies. They don't know anything about actors. Acting takes a lot of discipline to become a great actor. That's why I really appreciate. I keep looking at the microphone instead of at the camera, guys. So hopefully it doesn't look too weird. My new microphone. Check this thing out. Damn, look at how tiny it is. It's like a little micro mic. Hopefully it sounds much better. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Find wise people to emulate. So you want to find people that are smarter than you, right? A lot of men have alpha dog syndrome. They don't want to hang out with anyone who's better than them. I'm like that, actually. But say you want to learn a sport. You want to hang out with a coach who's been there, done that, someone who's really wise. This is why if you want to learn game quickly, you can learn so much faster having a coach. A lot of guys ask me, what results can you guarantee? I say, I guarantee you're going to learn this in 2 years instead of 5. They want an easy magic pill. Oh, if I take this program for $1,300 online, it promises I will be an expert at day game. And no, it doesn't. It's bullshit. The only thing that's going to develop you is by taking action and learning from your mistakes. But if you have someone who's been there before, who knows the path, they can explain to you, this is what you're going to encounter down the path. It would be wise for you to jump over that rock rather than run straight into it. But if you run straight into it, make sure you have a first aid kit to patch yourself up. That's what coaches do, really. But they see your blind spots as well. I read tons of books. I'm always reading books because a lot of books are written by people who are very wise and a lot smarter than me. If you're not reading books about the things you want to learn, or even the things you don't want to learn, basically you're really limiting your growth. You're limiting the amount of knowledge and wisdom, and your capabilities will be really limited in this life. Sure, you can learn from podcasts. There's a lot of ways you can learn from wise people. I prefer books and coaches. Man, if I need to learn something, I'd rather just get someone on the phone and ask them a question. Yeah. And 10, honestly review your day. I don't know what Marcus means by this, but at the end of my day, if I haven't done my work or I haven't done something to make my tomorrow better, I really feel like shit because I've lost momentum. And I know if I have money problems down the road, it's because I didn't do anything today. If I don't have a girl in my life that I'm attracted to, it's because I didn't go and find her last month. What you don't do today is when you're suffering a month from now is because you didn't do anything today. Every action you take to improve yourself is like putting money in the bank, collecting interest. You're not going to go out today and approach the girl. Well, it might happen. And all of a sudden you have awesome game. If you have awesome game today, it's because you did that work 6 months ago. You approached 80 girls in 1 week, and then you didn't get results, and you quit, and you went home and cried and thought about killing yourself. Now you decided, well, I'm going to try one more time. You go out and you're awesome. That's because you suffered back then. You embarrassed yourself. You did all the weird exercises that your dating coach told you to do, or your business coach told you. I just dropped $500 on a bunch of software to make video landing pages because one of my coach told me to do it. I ran some video ads. They didn't work. And I was annoyed. I said, fuck, man, I spent $500 on these ads, on all this software. And my coach just made fun of me for crying about it. He just laughed. He says, yeah, well, it's just money. You're going to make more. And I thought about it. You know how I learned so much. I learned so much making those video ads. I'm going to be able to, I could take that to another business owner and say, I could teach you how to make video ads. When you go out and you get rejected 60 times, in a week, that could destroy your soul. But 6 months later, you're going to be amazing at approaching women because you did that. A lot of guys, they don't understand that. So every day you got to stop and review your day. Say, did I work hard today? Did I get something done? Not excuses, not, well, I had to work today, or I didn't have time, or it was raining outside. Doesn't matter. You find a way to make it happen. Make it happen. Otherwise, at the end of your day, you're going to feel like terrible. You're going to feel terrible. That's how you develop discipline, according to Marcus Aurelius. Personally, for me, I say you get started as soon as you wake up working towards whatever it is you want. Even if you don't feel like it, you just get out of bed and you start doing it, because getting on YouTube for an hour, playing some video games, it's just going to wreck your whole day, and then you're going to feel terrible at the end of the day. I know from so much experience. Meditate every morning, first thing. That's my ritual, because that sets my day, that sets my intentions. It helps me do my affirmations. And I can't stress enough the benefits of meditation every single day. Not just meditating without thought, but thinking of what it is you want to do today, what you want your future to look like, and actually experiencing it all and seeing yourself at the end of that experience having everything that you wanted. And that's going to motivate you. It's not even a motivation. It destroys resistances to doing that thing you want to do today. You might not even know you want to do it. You don't feel like you want to do it, but you know you have to. So that's all I'm going to say today, guys. Give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Then you'll know when I go live. Adios.